Ladies and gents, strap yourselves in, fasten your helmets, and let's shift gears for a rip-roaring journey through the world of international motorsport. Today, we're pulling into the pit stop of speed, gender equality, and finance, where we'll be revving our engines to explore the rise and fall of the W Series, the first international women's racing series in motorsport history. Will it be a cautionary tale of dreams running out of petrol, or the tale of a phoenix set to rise from the ashes? Stay with us to find out. My name is Monclark, and this is the F1 Motor Fever podcast. Joining us for this thrilling ride today is a renowned expert in motorsport, Bradford. Welcome to F1 Motor Fever podcast, Bradford.
Thank you, Monclark. It's an honor to join you on this journey, especially when we're speaking about something as groundbreaking as the W Series.
Before we put the pedal to the metal, let me share a bit of trivia with our listeners. Did you know that the idea of the W Series sprouted in 2017? The understanding dawned that gender equality in motorsport would remain a pipe dream unless a separate championship for women was established. Now, isn't that a pit stop worth pondering over? But let's steer back to our main track. Yasminha, over to you.
So, Bradford, let's dive right into it. We've heard that the W Series has gone into administration. What does that mean and how did it come to this?
Well, Yasminha, it's a bit of a mess. To put it simply, the W Series has been facing financial difficulties, and all attempts to find new investors have failed. So, the 2022 season ended ahead of schedule.
Wait. You're saying they ran out of money?
Precisely, Christina. They've run out of funds to keep the championship running.
That's a red flag on the track. But let's dig deeper. The W Series was seen as the female equivalent of Formula One. It was a race for gender equality in motorsport, right, Bradford?
Absolutely, Monclark. The W Series was created with the goal of spotlighting female drivers who had been overlooked in the predominantly male sport.
Excuse me for the interruption, Bradford, but I have to ask, do you think the W Series was a failed experiment?
Well, Yasminha, that's a complex question.
Hold on, folks. We're veering off into a heated debate here. Let's remember to stay on track. Bradford, please continue.
As I was saying, despite their noble mission, they've been plagued by financial difficulties.
Sorry to interrupt, but I heard that Red Bull was planning to bail them out with their fine money. Wasn't that a solution?
Well, Christian Horner, the team principal of Red Bull, did hint at that possibility. But ultimately, the decision on how to allocate those funds lies with the FIA.
Ha ha ha, it seems like everyone wants to be a pit crew chief, but nobody wants to fit the bill for the new tyres.
That's a good one, Bachelor. Now, back to our discussion. Bradford, let's talk about the champions of the W Series. British racer Jamie Chadwick, for example, she's a three-time champion, isn't she?
Yes, she is, Monclark. And she's continued her career even beyond the Women's Championship.
But I read somewhere that the W Series was just a publicity stunt and didn't really contribute to women in motorsport. How true is that?
That's a common misconception, Clarkson. The W Series has indeed made a significant impact.
But Bradford, aren't we seeing a pattern here? The W Series is gone, and now we have the F1 Academy. Isn't this just a repeat of the same story?
Well, Yasminha, that's a good point, but there are differences.
Folks, let's remember to keep our discussions respectful. We're all here to learn. Now, Bradford, could you please delve deeper into the F1 Academy and its prospects?
Of course, Monclark. The F1 Academy, created in 2023 with the support of the World Championship, is the new racing championship for girls.
And here's our second trivia of the day. Did you know that the F1 Academy is the first of its kind to exhibit 3 Tatusti for 21 cars with an Autotechnica turbo engine with a capacity of 172 horsepower and Pirelli tires in its debut season? Mind-blowing, isn't it? But let's get back to you, Bradford.
Yes, As I was saying, despite the challenges, we can only hope that this project will eventually prove its mettle and yield fruitful results in the long run.
What a race this has been. Before we cross the finish line, let's pause to reflect on our journey. We've seen the rise and fall of the W Series, the challenges of funding, and the promise of the F1 Academy. Motorsport, like any field, requires persistence and the ability to navigate the bumps on the road. And with that, we've crossed the finish line for today's episode. If you enjoyed this mind-racing journey, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share our podcast with your fellow motorsport enthusiasts. This is Monclark, signing off from F1 Motor Fever Podcast. Stay tuned for more thrilling rides.